It definitely needs to be a priority. I think it was a travesty that it was threatened this time around in the legislature and was treated as less than a priority. We need to make sure that, one, we try to study and get a good idea of what it costs per pupil, per child, to really get them a good quality education. And then make sure that we are appropriating enough funds to meet that. I don't think right now the funding level that we have, especially with public education, is doing an adequate job. I would like to see us do better. Secondly, I think, and I appreciate and understand alternative forms of education, such as our charter schools and things of that nature, but I do not want to see the public education system crippled, or that funding taken away from public education and going into other areas. I just think that there's something fundamentally wrong with that. Now, I have no problem with alternative forms of education, but I think we need to make sure that public education funding is staying secure and is staying at a level that's going to educate our children. So I'm going to be looking at those areas in the legislature. I know that those are some somewhat hot issues that needs to be tackled, but public education and access to public education and higher education is very important. I also recognize that everyone may not necessarily want to go to college to get our traditional degrees, so we do need to look at ways to help our trade schools and our vocational technical schools and try to educate people in those manners by teaching them a trade or something they could go out and make a living doing. So once again, we need to make sure there's adequate funding there in those respects. So in a nutshell, I do want to protect the level of public funding that's there now. I want to make sure that it's not being raided. I want to make sure that there are opportunities outside of the formal education, formal degree, people who just need some training and need some vocational help so they can become good citizens also.